I don't do this for the clout. I don't do this for the clout. You can just get off my clout. You can just get off my clout. Haters stop bringing me down. I know you loving the sound. I know you loving the sound. Baby, just look at me now. You my cut, get straight up. I don't fuck with no ice cubes. What's up? What's up? I haven't been live in 3 months. Duck, 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 goose. I've been here before. I started this game. Yo, who was the first guy to go live and talk about cannabis stocks? Yeah, it's true. You know who. Your boy. I don't do this for the clout. I don't do this for the clout. You can just get on my clout. Haters stop bringing me down. I know you loving the sound. I know you loving the sound. Look at me now. Talking my shit. This a rocket shit. 3 seconds, I'm a blast off. The main topic is the markets. The markets. We talk markets, man. I haven't been live in like 3 months. So I thought, yo, let's come back at it. Yo, Tilray. Tilray's up today, man. Compound. Tilray is up. Okay, so I got some big news for you guys. Ready? Green growth brands. I'll tell you guys what I think about everything. We're here to talk, right? We're here to talk. We're live. We're going to talk. I want your picks. I want your opinions. You can even call me. You want to call me? You want to be on Rich TV? Call me. You can just get off my clout. Loving the sound. Look at me now. Oh my goodness. I'm having a good time. Hope you guys are having a good time. So let's talk about it. So there's a company I've been telling you guys about, and their news just keeps flowing. GGB XTHCF. I want to know what you guys think about this company, man. I bring you guys all the winners first, and I brought this one first. Green Growth Brands continues Nevada cannabis expansion with option to buy Henderson Organic Remedies. Yo, these guys are no joke, eh? Green Growth Brands? Do you guys have Green Growth Brands on your watch list? Are they on your radar? Because the news just keeps flowing. These guys just keep flowing, man. Like Peter Horvath, the CEO, he is brilliant. He's a genius, okay? So you guys need to make sure you put full alert on Green Growth Brands. GGB XTHCF. This is the former guy behind Victoria's Secret. He knows all about branding. This company is going to explode. And you know your boy Rich, I bring you the winners first, man. First. Remember who started this game? December 16, 2016, I built this YouTube channel and I built live streaming talking about cannabis stocks. I was the first. I brought you guys Aurora Cannabis first. I brought you guys Canopy Growth first. I even brought you guys Afria first. So remember who brings you guys everything first, okay? I brought you guys Green Growth Brands first. It's up since I brought it to you guys. I also brought you guys Chemistry first. Check a look at this one. This bad boy up 68% in the last month. There is the Canadian and the American symbol. I brought you this bad boy first before anybody else, before anybody even knew it existed, okay? They still don't know it exists, and it keeps going up. And it keeps going up. So I'm going to keep bringing you guys the winner before they explode. I'll bring you winners before they explode, and then after they explode, I'll bring you the news and I'll bring you the analysis. And guess what? I'm not a licensed advisor. I don't want your money. I don't want your money. If you're a public company and you want sponsorship, you want visibility, you want people to see you, you can come onto Rich TV Live and you can pay us sponsorship fees, advertising fees to get on Rich TV Live to give you exposure. But you, the people, you're always going to be free, man. You guys will always be free here with Rich TV. That's just the way it goes, man. We bring you the hits and we bring you the picks. It's true. And we don't want your money, man. We want your eyes and ears on the prize. That's it. That's all we want. We want your eyes and ears on the prize, man. And man, I did this collaboration with a hip hop artist, 7 Trill. You guys need to check out this guy, 7 Trill, man. Yo, his music is dope. Yo, Andrew Ellington, what up, dog? Thanks to mad shout out to Andrew Ellington. Without you, bro, I would have never met 7 Trill. 7 Trill, yo, guys, go check out 7 Trill, man. This guy is a hip hop artist on the rise. He was on Rich TV Live. We're gonna collaborate. He's gonna make some stock market songs for you, the people, so we can continue to entertain you, the people, and have fun while we make money in this, the cannabis stock revolution. Everybody wants to talk about what the stocks did in the last month. I don't care what they did in the last month. What have they done in the last 2 years? They've gone way up. What are they going to do in the next 2 years? They're going to go way up. Why are they going to go way up? Because they're going to continue to generate revenue. They're going to continue to make money. They're going to continue to acquire their growth. Which ones are going to go way up? The ones that have the most revenue, the ones that have the lowest shares, the ones that have a tight float, which means a small amount of shares. When companies have a huge amount of shares, there's too much dilution in the stock, which forces the stock price down. When companies have a small share structure, like chemistry does, take a look at chemistry share structure. 34 million shares. That's the truth, guys. 34 million shares. That's why I believe chemistry will continue to climb, because they have a small amount of shares. And where are they growing? America. What is their focus? America. What is the biggest opportunity in the world for cannabis right now? America. Why is America such a great opportunity for cannabis? Because it is 10 times the size of Canada. That's a fact. So if you're a company that is going to be focused on America, you're probably going to win. That's what I'm focused on right now. Is I'm trying to find the best revenue generating companies in Canada, like Aurora Cannabis, obviously, like Canopy Growth, but Canopy Growth is way too high. Like Tilray, but Tilray, once again, is way too high. Like Ianthus, I love Ianthus. They're going to be a beast. CanTrust, TRST, love CanTrust. They're going to be a beast. They're already a beast. Village Farms, love Village Farms. Suniva, I love Suniva. T-God, I love T-God. These are all companies that are well positioned to explode. Now, those are some of the ones that are in Canada. What about the ones that are in America? You guys notice I don't need notes, eh? It's all up in here. I don't need notes. There's no notes here. There's no paper. There's no teleprompter. It's all up here, eh? What's in America? Curaleaf, Monster. Medman, Monster. Monsters, okay? And they're priced right too. Kush Bottles, Monster. Priced right. Those three, I love them, okay? Now, I love Trulieve, I love C-Web, but they're really priced high. So for me, I'm not chasing anything over $10. So my strategy right now, yeah, I want to accumulate the cheaper ones, like the chemistries, right? Like the Oxleys, like the Vivos, like the Hips at these lower levels. Those are long-term plays. Short-term, I'm trying to accumulate the Aurora Cannabises, the Ianthuses, the Medmans, Curaleaf, Kush Bottles, because these are the companies that right now are positioned to explode their revenue. And as their revenue explodes, you can also anticipate that these stocks will explode. And 2018 didn't have the explosion that we've had thus far, and I don't believe we will, that we had in 2017. So I believe that 2019 we'll have at least one eruption of epic proportions where the stocks will just explode, maybe two. We've had a couple runs this year. Aurora Cannabis has been at $5 twice, and Aurora Cannabis has been at $15 twice. And now they're back to $7. So where's Aurora going to go again? They could go back down to 5 and then eventually go back up to 15. So as an investor, what we need to do is we need to buy at 5, sell at 15. We need to work as a unit, work as a team, and position ourselves and try to find the bottoms on all of these best companies, okay? Position them, buy them low, and then when they go up and they explode, that's when we sell them. When they go up, we don't beat our chest and talk about how great we are. No. That's when we sell. After we sell, we pull out and we buy our villas and our cars and we go on our vacations. Then we can celebrate. Then we pop bottles, okay? Until then, we don't pop bottles. Now, I did call
cannabis stocks
with the help of my boy, Ill Kid. Shout out to Ill Kid. And shout out to Kenny Lee. Shout out to all you guys in the Rich TV Live community, man. I love you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible.
Haters and they trolls, they're trying to get.
This is what's happening.
Lawyers, they're trying to.
These shorters, trolls, haters, trying to create a distraction.
So we don't take advantage of the cannabis stock resurrection.
So we don't take advantage of the cannabis stock resurrection. We need to stay focused on the cannabis stock resurrection and keep our eyes and ears on the price. That's the key. You want to fly? I want to just make music, man. I just want to make music, man. Yo, I like Believe, but, you know, it's hurt right now. True Leaf is a great buy at 41 cents. Yeah, man. I was just talking about Green Growth Brands. Love it. GGB. XTHCF. That's the symbol right there. It's a cannabis stocks resurrection. Who else brings you the hits and the picks, man? Yo, Attila, where you at? Call me. Attila, call me. Yo, Drew, tell Attila to call me, man. Get Attila on. Coalition. Revenue generating companies in Canada and United States. Invest in the best because the best is blessed. It's true. It is. It's true. It's a resurrection. So, I mean, we're about having fun and making money, right? You got 100 people watching. Yo, what's up? I love you guys, man. Give me your picks. Give me your picks. Yo, Drew, get Attila to call me, man. Get Attila on the show right now. We go fly. We gon' make this money. We gon' live or die. But we can all get high. I'ma spread my. I don't like New Age brands, man. One day we gon' fly. We gon' make this money. We gon' live or die. Do you want to fly? We can all get high. I'ma spread my wings. I'ma feel alright. Man, oh man. Love you guys, man. Give me your picks. I'm looking at all your messages. Yeah, we can talk about the Cali PR. We can talk about Oh, guess who's there? Yo, I also got the baddest. Listen. Who else has got that? Who else has got that ringer? I forgot to answer the call. Forgot to answer his call. I started dancing to my ringtone, and I didn't even answer his call. Yeah, I love Naturally Splendid. I might actually meet them later today. They're right here in my hood. Attila.
Hey, Rich.
What's up, man?
Not too much, buddy. How are you?
You gotta turn whatever you have in the background off, buddy.
I got everything turned off here, man. I think
I can hear you. I can hear you in the background.
Yeah, I know the phones. I hear a phone ringing away there.
Are you?
I might have to call you back.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, so let's just take a look at what is happening right now in the markets. PREV is up 9%. Hempco Food and Fiber is up almost 10%. Cali Therapeutics, the KALY in Canada, is up 7%. MRMD is bouncing back from a bad day yesterday. They're up 8%. Afria. Afria up 7%. Look at that, eh? And then Hemp Inc. is up 7%. Attila.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
Are you watching on your computer at home, bro?
I am, man.
Yeah, you can't. You have to turn that off.
Okay, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, much better, brother. Thanks, man. So,
Right on.
what are you thinking about the cannabis stocks right now? We haven't been live in months. Our channel's really grown a lot since we stopped going live, so I decided to take a break from live streaming, but we're going to go back to doing some live streaming. So what do you think about the cannabis stocks right now? We're legal in Canada now. It's been a little bit of a cluster, to say the least. What do you think about the cannabis stock revolution, where we stand right now?
Well, I still believe solely in this industry. This is going to be a great industry, especially in the future. I still believe some of the more higher priced licensed producers are still kind of priced a little too high, and so we kind of see a little bit of a correction going on with some of the higher priced ones. And some of the ones that have reached their 52-week lows, those are the ones that I have a little bit more conviction for. The ones who've already hit their 52-week lows. And we've seen more and more companies are hitting their 52-week lows. So, I think they're finding their ground, they're finding their lows, and I think that we can start seeing more of an upward trend from the 52-week lows. So, but again, some of the more higher priced stocks, I see them still coming down gradually, slowly. It's kind of almost a slow, meticulous kind of correction going on, but I still think I have a lot of promise for this industry, especially in the U.S. markets coming up.
What do you think, like right now, you said that, you're hunting bottoms and 52-week lows, and some companies are going below 52-week lows. So which companies are you looking at right now? Do you think Aurora is a buy right now? Because obviously we've both been talking about Aurora for 2 years. So what do you think about Aurora? Let's start with that.
Well, in my opinion, I still think it's overpriced. I mean, if you do the valuation for it, it's still overpriced as far as I'm concerned. We still may see it coming down, although it's up again today a bit. It's kind of recovered somewhat a little bit today. So is Afria. Even Afria has come back from, it went below $7. I don't see these companies correcting, but like some of the ones that are at their 52-week lows, I have more conviction for those stocks. They almost seem to be holding their ground at their 52-week lows. Some have gone lower than their 52-week lows a few times. Like Suniva is a good example. You know, it's gone below, and it has like a very low share numbers, amount of shares, and yet, you know, it's just not going too crazy right now, you know, for that stock.
Well, you know, I think that Suniva, I'm happy that you bring up Suniva, okay? Suniva is a monster, okay? Regardless of the price, I don't focus on the price. I focus on the business, okay? Suniva, the cannabis of California. Now, they want to really focus on California, but the biggest problem with Suniva is their revenue isn't there yet. Once their revenue grows, because like you said, their share structure is so tight, they got such a small amount of shares, they are going to explode, man. They're going to explode. So yeah, I agree with you. Suniva's a beast.
You look at it, you know, it's kind of recovered from its absolute low. I see the low was 283. Now, I don't think that was recently done. I'm not sure if that was the very recent low. That could have been its actual, its 52-week low. I'm just going to check a chart here on it. And I'm going to go back a little bit on it and see where that low was. I'm going to go back a year and see where that is. So I'm going to have to even go back even further for that.
I think the biggest problem that this industry has is that cannabis growth and Tilray went too high too fast. So now every time cannabis and Tilray come down, it hurts the entire market. The whole sector goes red. Then Aphria came out with their scandal, and since they've come out with their scandal and they haven't even responded to it, their stock went down. It's come back up a little bit, but obviously they haven't even responded to it. So that hasn't helped the sector. So there's a lot of issues in the sector. Then in Canada, we legalized cannabis, and now the Ontario Cannabis store can't even supply the amount of demand there is for cannabis. And
yeah, you know, and I blame Health Canada for all that. You know, they kind of, I think they knew that this was going to happen. I mean, we saw what happened in the States. All these states that went recreational legal, all of them, you know, all of them had these supply shortages and the inability to supply. So, you know, it may take a little while before we're allowed to, before we're able to ramp up enough, because the demand just far oversees the demand is just so incredible. We can't keep the product on the shelf for more than 2 days, you know, so.
The people in Canada love their weed. So that's the thing, like, they don't understand. Like, when they think that, oh, the underground economy is making X amount, the underground economy is making probably 10 times more than they think. They have no idea.
Absolutely.
They have no idea how much cannabis is being consumed by people underground.
No, they have no clue. You know,
like they're selling grams. Like, I did a tour of Namaste's facility, the Canmar facility. They're selling 1 gram containers.
Wow.
1 gram containers.
Crazy.
Like, have you ever heard of that? Like, do you go and buy 1 gram at a time?
No, I've never bought 1 gram at a time, but you know, they give you that option. But
no, I know, but okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest, because we are cannabis connoisseurs, correct? So absolutely, you know, we've been in the game our whole lives, right? So why would they sell 1 gram at a time? You know why they're selling 1 gram at a time. I know why they're selling 1 gram at a time. Attila, tell the people that are watching, 106 people are watching, why are they selling 1 gram at a time?
Well, they're gonna maximize their profits doing that, and not to mention the fact that they just can't supply the demand, because if people wanted what they actually, if people got what they actually wanted, there'd be a lot more people unable to buy cannabis. It's just there's not enough supply to meet the demand. The demand is outrageous.
So if you read their press release and you see that Namaste is buying cannabis from suppliers at $4 a gram, and then they sell 1 gram at a time for $10 a gram, then they make $6 per gram. Now, if they sell it in bulk and they sell an ounce at a time, they may only sell that ounce for, I don't know, let's say 150. Okay. So now when you add it all up, how, you know, which way makes them more money? Obviously, it makes them way more money if they sell 1 gram at a time. That's why the Ontario Cannabis Store is selling 1 gram at a time. That's why Namaste is selling 1 gram at a time. Now, if I was them, I would do it too. Hey, we got a new strain. Try it out. It's only 1 gram at a time. Try 10 new strains, 1 gram at a time. Now they just made $100 to sell 10 grams.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, Rich, I've never, in all honesty, I still go to the black market guy. You know, like the reserve out here where I am is very healthy. They're advertising on the radio. And so, you know, the black market's very healthy. And I have yet to buy marijuana through the website, or, you know, I go strictly to the black market guy. That's where I've been going, and it's top notch. It's top notch marijuana, and I'm even hearing in some cases it's better than some of the marijuana that some of these licensed producers have been growing. So, you know, the black market will be healthy for quite some time, I think. You know, and in all honesty, I mean, I've even seen they're even relaxing the regulations on these dispensaries that are selling the marijuana because of the shortage. They're aware of it, so they're not coming down real hard yet on these illegal operating dispensaries. They're actually allowing them to continue selling because of the massive shortage.
Oh my God, Exantic, sorry, I sort of cut you off. Exantic Biopharma, guys, look at it. They just had a huge spike. They just had a huge spike after I talked about it. Isn't that interesting?
What's that symbol? What's that symbol again?
Green Growth Brands, GGB in Canada,
Okay.
XTHCF in America. They just had a huge spike. As soon as I talked about them, they just had a huge spike. So I'm just looking at the chart. I don't know if you guys see that chart, but they just had a big news that they are acquiring an option for medical and retail dispensary in Henderson, Nevada.
Oh, I'm reading that here in the story.
15 million USD the deal is worth.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, these companies, man, they just keep acquiring companies and acquiring companies and acquiring companies, and they're going to continue to. And the CEO of Green Growth Brands, he was the CEO of Victoria's Secret and some other huge companies. So he's a very well-established individual. And that's what's going to make the difference between the companies that make it and the companies that don't make it. Share structure, revenue. These are the things that we really want to identify in our community, Attila. And you do a very good job of that, my friend. You do a very, very good job of that. What do you think about this whole Cali mess? We both bought Cali. We both sold it before this whole crash today. What do you think about it?
Well, I don't know what to think. We just, I posted something earlier there. I don't know if you got a chance to read it, but the CEO kind of responds to the CE designation that was placed on them, that skull and crossbones. So he plans on responding to the assets that they have acquired and that they own. So you know what I like about the fact that he's responded in one day? I mean, look at Afria. It's been over a fucking week. Oh, excuse me. I'm on here. I don't mean to be too rude, but you know, we've been waiting for Afria to, you know, Vic Neufeld to respond to these short sellers allegations, and he's taking a lot longer than I'm happy about.
And you know what? They have a history. Afria has a history of not responding to accusations. This is not the first time. I actually put out a video before about the fact that they were doing some insider trading on another deal that they were acquiring a few months ago. I don't know if you remember this. You remember it. And they did some, you know, what was that symbol? TBP? Oh man, I can't remember. Tetra Biopharma. Tetra Bio. They did a transaction at like really low prices and they didn't disclose it. And I thought it was really kind of not good, right? And I did a video about it and I kind of got a lot of flack. So I took a step back and I was like, okay, whatever, let's see how you respond. They never did. They never responded. So I'm not surprised that they're not responding because they never responded before. So they seem to have a history of not responding, as opposed to Kronos Group that fought back with force against the allegations from short sellers when they got attacked, and look at what Kronos Group just did. They just broke a 52-week high. So if you want to fight against evil or people that are attacking you, the only way is to fight back. If you're getting bullied, you can't just let a bully bully you. You have to fight back, because the last thing the bully wants is for you to fight back.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So Afria not responding is, to be quite frank, it's weak. It's weak.
Yeah.
It's actually
But
weak.
you know what? I mean, the shares have been coming down a little bit throughout the course of the day. It did a really nice spike there earlier today, but I see it slowly coming back down now too. So until Vic Neufeld responds there, I think there's still going to be a little bit of the stock kind of losing a little bit of ground because of Vic not really coming to the defense of the. And you know, it doesn't. You know, we've also heard that he's got rid of his legal team and is now put in or started another legal team for his company. So, you know, it's not sounding, it's not, you know, the news is not exactly overwhelmingly positive. So, you know, I'm starting to second guess whether, you know, again, they do have a history of you know, questionable business procedures. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I hope the best for the stock, because I think, let's face it, they're one of the, you know, I'm going to say one of the 5 big boys, right? And it's a shame to see a company get devastated by news like this. So it's kind of a shame. But, you know, we also know that a lot of these marijuana companies have a history of questionable business procedures. So I guess we'll see. We could even see this start happening even more later on down the road, where we're going to see a lot of things brought to light by these short sellers. They're going to try and pick, as these companies get bigger and get onto the bigger exchanges, these short sellers will be all over them with whatever shit they can dig up about them, right?
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but you know, at the end of the day, they're not doing anything illegal. I mean, investors are allowed to dig up dirt on companies. However, I don't agree with the tactics. I don't agree with the tactics. I don't agree that you're shorting a stock, putting out this negative press, going on, you know, all kinds of television shows and negatively slamming the company before the company even has a chance to give a rebuttal. So you're now putting and using the media to benefit from the panic selling that's going to happen in the market. The market panic sells, everybody sells, the stock goes down, people lose money, and the short sellers make money. And in their disclaimer, it says that they can't guarantee anything. So you can't guarantee anything. You're disclosing that you're making money on this short, and then you're trashing the company. I mean, that's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal.
No, I know. I guess, but, you know, they seem to, and what gets me is that they allow this. I don't know why the Security Exchange Commissions allow these kind of tactics to go on. This shouldn't be allowed to happen, because it really does hurt the shareholders. I mean, and a lot of these shareholders are institutional investors here in Canada, right? I mean, all the bigger banks. But you know, the independent investors, guys like you and I, it's hurting us the most. You know, we're feeling the pinch the most too, because we're just average investors. We're trying to make something of ourselves, right, through this investing into the marijuana industry, and yet we have these, you know, obstacles, these hurdles that we seem to be thrown in front of us out of nowhere. So we just have to try and get over them and keep going.
I agree, and we will. We will. I mean, everybody was like, oh, you know, the Y2K bubble, the internet bubble, you know, and what came out of that? Google, one of the most powerful companies in the world. Facebook, one of the most powerful companies in the world. All of these companies, Amazon, one of the most powerful companies in the world. These are all, they're all powerhouses because of the internet. This is a cannabis revolution. Canada was just one of the first countries in the whole world that's going to be legal. As the rest of the world gets legal, there's going to be more and more revenue. There's going to be more technology. There's going to be more research. There's going to be more medical discoveries. There's going to be so many things that are going to happen. And we're going to be here every single day, every step of the way. And what I want for you, the people, for you, Attila, for me, and for everybody that's watching all over the world, I want you guys to win, man. I want you to win.
Yeah.
So if we all work together and we all identify the best companies together and we all find the winners together and we all buy low and sell high together, aren't we all going to win? That's why this, rich till everyone's like, how do you grow so fast? Why do you think? We're growing so fast because this is for the people, man. This is for you guys. It's for you. If you win and I win, we all win. I'm not just saying, oh, Richard, you got all these slogans, you got all these sayings. It's true, guys. Think about it, okay? Do you honestly think I'm only winning in the markets? I'm winning in a lot of different ways. Why? Because of you guys. If we build a community of 1 million investors, do you know what that is worth? $100 million. And we will build a community of 1 million investors because it's going to be free. And we're going to keep sharing information, and we're going to keep sharing knowledge, and we're going to keep sharing the tools of the gods because they're free. And if these tools of the gods are free and they can give us all a better life, why wouldn't we share it? And if I buy a stock, I don't own GGB and I don't own chemistry, but both of them have gone up since I brought them to you guys first. If I buy a stock and it goes up, and you buy a stock and it goes up, and we talk about it and we share all these videos and we hit the like button and we support each other, guess what? We all win. That's truly the definition of win-win. It is. So if you don't want to share winning picks, then you're nothing more than a hater. You're just a hater and you're a troll. And if you're a hater and you're a troll, I got songs for you. Don't worry, I got songs for you. And I'm gonna create more. And we got real hip-hop artists. I got my boy Ill Kid, and I got 7 Trill that's going to be making songs now. So if you want to come at me, anybody, I challenge anybody on YouTube, anywhere. You want to come at me? You want to diss me? Beware. Because I will have a real professional hip-hop artist come back with a diss track about you. So, hey, don't cry. Dry your eyes. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
just kidding.
Definitely, you know, the bigger the group gets, the bigger the exposure, the more picks that are brought by everybody involved and your community, the better for all of us, you know. Everybody's participation is you know, welcomed and encouraged.
Yeah, I don't understand when people can say this sector is done. I don't even know what language you guys are speaking if you say the sector is done. I don't know what planet you're on if you think the sector's done. I'm in Vancouver. I'm in marijuana country. This sector is just getting started. Thousands of jobs are being created. Thousands. Canadian licensed LPs are hiring employees from other countries to come into Canada to work. I mean, done?
I don't know how this people are saying all this because
done?
It's in its infancy. It's in its infancy. It's just starting. People don't realize it's just starting. We've only just started selling, and we've got this fucking shortage. I can't believe people are saying this, you know. So, and those are just probably just the haters, you know. So they might be saying it simply because they might have lost. They didn't do very good trades. They were very poor at it. They weren't patient enough. They jumped in at the highs, and now they're hurting big time. So, and now they have nothing but hate for the industry. But, you know, the industry is just starting. We haven't even really announced any real significant financials. You know, some of them have announced financials, but it's not affecting their stock dramatically yet because, you know, it's these people have been operating for years and only just been selling marijuana for a few months, and they expect these companies to be on paper look profitable. That's not going to happen until the next, at least minimum next quarter or the following quarter.
I think the industry is very healthy. You can see the amount of money being raised. We've had a massive year. We've had a historic year in cannabis. Cannabis growth broke all-time highs. Tilray broke all-time highs. Tilray is still trading over $75. I mean, over? Like over? You mean getting started? Getting started.
It did that fantastic jolt up there, up to 300 there, and did that in a very short time. But then it just fell from grace, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we say okay, but hold on. We're saying it fell from grace. It's still trading at $75 fucking dollars.
Oh, I know it's still pretty high up there. But
I ain't gonna touch it at that price. You ain't gonna touch it at that price. It has to come down so people can buy it. Who's buying at $75? I'm not buying it at $75. I ain't touching anything over $10. I ain't touching anything over $10. My sweet spot is like 50 cents to $5. That's my sweet spot right now. I like the 50 cents to $5 companies making money, good management, small share structure. That's it. Let's hunt the bottoms there. We're good.
We're seeing these companies kind of going up and down, but they're slowly at the same time. I called it before when I actually just said it's a slow, meticulous kind of correction. But, you know, a lot of them, like I said earlier, have hit their lows. And I think those are the ones I'm going to start really paying attention to, the ones that have come back to their 52-week lows.
Now, you used to really like CWeb, and I know you've bought and sold CWeb. You've made money on it. Do you think CWeb is a buy? Because I saw they crashed earlier this morning.
Yeah, it came down pretty hard there. I'm still not interested in buying it yet, but you know that's more of a company that's selling their product for those epileptic seizures and have been selling it. So there is some revenue there, but again, it's still limited to this. I mean, the hemp bill still needs to be passed and stuff. I think they're going to see a resurgence in their share price when that hemp bill gets signed by the last person, which would be the U.S. president.
There's a lot of exciting things happening. Obviously, like you mentioned, the farm bill getting signed by Donald Trump. Once he signs that farm bill, I believe that this market is going to explode. So that will happen next week. I believe next week we will see a massive explosion after the farm bill gets signed. And even this week, we've seen little explosions happening everywhere. And I believe we will continue to. Yeah, we may not see a huge spike until the first quarter or second quarter, but there also may be sneak attacks. I believe there will always be sneak attacks in this industry because there's just too many good companies, too much good news, too many good things happening for these companies not to have sneak attacks, for these companies not to have explosions. These explosions will continue to happen, and we're going to continue to bring you them as they happen. Like, look what happened yesterday. I brought you guys Cali. It was up 94%. As soon as it went up 94%, after market, it went skull and bones. I had to immediately do another video talking about the fact that now they got a skull and bones. That's how crazy this industry is. There's news happening 24/7. One day they're going to make a movie about this. Promise you.
Yeah, and
I promise you.
These things are happening out of nowhere, and it's affecting, you know, shareholders and stuff. And these are things that you have to expect in this industry. You know, it's still so new that you can expect a lot of, kind of out of nowhere situations kind of come up and affect the stock. So we can't control that, though. But all we can do is try and line ourselves up with companies that have you know got their stuff together and are actually doing business ethically and haven't crossed any bad paths in their direction. So hopefully you just align yourself up with good companies. So that's the important part too, right? So we'll see. I think in the States, to tell you the truth, you know, a lot of people have this opinion, like you said, something about people think the industry's over and stuff. That's ridiculous. This hemp bill, when it gets signed, people really need to use their common sense. The institutional investors are not allowed to invest in the marijuana industry down in the United States federally. So that's been, you know, hampering their ability to scale up. They're just not being, you know, they can't get money from banks. No one's going to. But I'll tell you, once this hemp bill passes and the companies that are aligned with the hemp industry and their business focused on the hemp, these institutional investors are just lining up on the starting line waiting for that gun to fire, and you just watch them storm on to invest in this industry. There's going to be just literally a mass kind of institutional investors wanting to get on board.
I agree with you. And Canopy Growth, Bruce Linton, CEO, actually was on BNN Bloomberg, and he said that. He said that 2019, there's going to be a huge rush of institutional investment coming into this industry.
Absolutely.
So I'm telling you guys, man, get your popcorn ready. Like, this is just the beginning. Do not listen to the noise. Do not listen to the haters. Do not listen to the short sellers. This industry is going to make you rich. And if you want to get rich, you can't just do it by investing. This is the one thing I've been trying to explain to people, okay? If you want to get rich, you got to do more than just investing. I'm in this game, guys. I'm in the game. I'm talking to, next week, I'm going to have High Times on my show. High Times is going to be on Rich TV Live. High Times, the biggest, largest media cannabis marijuana company in the world, is going to be on Rich TV Live next week. Why do you think High Times wants to go on Rich TV Live? Unless we've got a pretty big audience, unless we have capacity, correct?
Correct. You got the exposure for sure.
Right? There's obviously a reason why High Times, a brand new IPO that's coming out, wants to come on Rich TV Live. And I own shares in High Times. And I even did a video on how you can get your money back. So I really applaud High Times for the fact that they're giving people their money back because there has been a delay. But I decided to hold on to my investment because I still believe in the company. And I think that they are well positioned to be a huge player in this industry. And your boy Rich, being a media company, working with High Times, just seemed like a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like a match made in heaven.
Sure, you know, you and you know, although you're involved in all sorts of other stocks too. You cover cryptocurrency when it's worthwhile covering. You cover all sorts of things, real estate, sports, all sorts of things. But you know, High Times, I think, is going to be when especially down in the USA, because it's a U.S. company, but when it starts to explode over there in the U.S., and we already see signs of it. You know, California is involved in one of the biggest populated states in the United States, and you know, all these people are going to start doing their advertising through High Times. There's going to be all sorts of associations with these companies with the High Times magazine, so they're going to want to get that kind of exposure. So I believe a lot of these companies will be using High Times as a means to get their exposure, for sure. I agree.
And that's why I thought, you know what, this is a strategic partnership. I'd love to work with these guys, and I'd love to be able to really help High Times gain more exposure, help companies work with High Times. I'd love to be at their events. High Times does all the cannabis cups. They're going to do 19 cannabis cups in 2019. And I'd love to be at some, if not all of those cannabis cups. I'd love to be able to be there
that would be so good.
In some capacity, or have some of our members within the Rich TV Live community, because we have members all over the world. You guys can represent Rich TV Live, and you guys can go to the Cannabis Cup if it's in your neighborhood, and I'll make it happen. Like, this is the power of the community, guys. We are literally all over the world. We're literally all over the world. I had a gentleman message me just today saying he's watching me from Greece. I mean, I got guys watching from all over the world. So it's so exciting that we have this type of reach. Now the key is, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with this reach? How are we going to use this reach for good as opposed to evil? There's always going to be people that are going to be negative. There's always going to be people that are going to be positive. I picked my side. You know my side. I'm not going to switch sides. I'm on the side. You know what to get from me.
We've won on trades, Rich, and we've lost on some trades. We don't win on all our trades. But, you know, the haters who have lost on trades, I think it's easy for them to become haters because they've lost on trade and on their trades, and they choose to just hate on the industry. And when, you know, it's still in its infancy, but, you know, I don't listen to the haters. The haters they just seem to hate for the sake of hating. So I don't listen to them at all. They made poor choices, and they're out of the industry, and they choose to just not be industry, and because of their poor choices. So you could bet they wouldn't be hating on it if they made good choices in their trades, were good ones. So
well, yeah, I don't think it's even that. I think it's everybody has a hidden agenda. So if I'm a short seller and I want a stock to go down, I'm gonna trash it. I'm going to trash it. I'm going to trash it. I'm going to work really, really hard on Rich TV Live to trash Afria. Trash it, trash it, trash it. It's going to zero. It's going to zero, going to zero. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it's trading at $7, $8. It ain't at zero. But all those haters and those trolls and those shorters are like, it's going to zero, Rich. It's going to zero. Scam, scam, going to zero, going to jail, going to zero, going to jail, scam, scam. Nothing's happened. Nobody in jail, not gone to zero. They haven't even responded and nothing's happened, which is exactly what I told everybody, which is exactly what I told everybody would happen. Exactly what I told everybody would happen.
And if it was so terrible, right, if it was so terrible about these allegations, you think the SEC would have stepped in already and done something about it too already, but, you know.
Exactly.
Nothing happening.
Exactly.
Nothing happening, you know.
No, because they're too big to fail, my friend. They're too big to fail. You know this. They're too big to fail. You said it yourself. They're too big to fail. They're a global company. Yeah. They're making lots of money. Yeah, they made mistakes. They're being called on it. The shorters got their pound of flesh. They got what they wanted. But they're gonna get past this. They've got big lawyers. They've got millions of dollars. They can hire the best attorneys, and they'll be able to retrace their steps, and they'll be able to fix this. Let's be honest. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's nothing new.
It's not going down. It's not going down to nothing. No way. It's like I said, like you even said, it really is too big to fail. It's established itself, and it's just not going to be. There's nowhere ever. You know, I hear people using the word delisting, and that's just ridiculous. I only laugh when I hear that because that'll never happen. So. But as a matter of fact, I see the stock actually did a nice surge today. So,
right.
Because there was even some news about the short sellers. It was in question some of the allegations that they were making too. So, like, there's questions about the truth about the allegations they made. So, already the shareholders are showing that kind of sentiment. And let's face it, it's really the institutional investors that have invested on it, because really, us independent investors aren't the ones that are, you buy the stock here and there, we spend a couple $1,000 on a stock here or there. We're not the ones making this stock move.
Exactly.
The price isn't moving because of us individuals. It's really the institutional investors that are, and their sentiment is still looks fairly, stable. So they're not. I don't see the stock tanking like everybody said it was going to tank, right? So I don't see that happening. We'll see what happens later when Vic makes his announcement, and that should be done in the probably next week sometime. I hope sooner. But getting back to this Cali thing, what I really like is the fact that the CEO has responded literally within less than 24 hours, and he's responded to this situation with the skull and crossbones on their company. So they're doing something to rectify that, and I don't know if you got a chance to read what I posted on our group chat, but the CEO has already responded back in regards to that skull and crossbones being, put on their stock. So, I'm going to tell you right now, Rich, I bought back into it today.
Wow, really?
I bought Cali. I bought back into Cali. You can laugh at me.
Wow, right? You are a risk taker, my friend.
Cali, man.
Whoa! Wow! You love the risk. Oh my goodness. Attila the gorilla. Loving the risk, eh? Holy moly. At what price?
When I saw the CEO respond within a day of trying to not to further the fear of the CE designation that was put on them. I give that CEO a lot of credit for coming to the defense of his company almost right away. and he's going to address the matter with the deficiencies that, and we don't even know what those are. You know, we got to remember that. We don't even know what these deficiencies are. They could be just minor deficiencies. But, you know, again, in the OTC markets, I mean, those are, you know, these are risky stocks, let's face it, right? These are high-risk stocks, right? But it's unbelievable how much it went up in the course of one day. 94%, that's rare. We don't get a lot of them, you know. We don't get a chance to see, you know, these stocks do that. We'll never be able to see that happen. Maybe later on we'll see that happen with stocks like Crop and you know, huge News Strike. All these guys that have reached their 52-week lows just about, right? I think we're going to see 100% gains there later on with these people, but we don't normally see a stock do 100% gain in one day, not a marijuana stock. You don't normally see that. Only in the penny world. Only in the penny world do we see that, right? And even that's kind of rare.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it in the past. I mean, last year we saw it in the cannabis sector. Like, everything was going up 100%. It was nuts. But we definitely haven't seen it much this year. The only company I could think of that's done really, really well like that, obviously Tilray. Canopy Growth had some crazy runs. And CVSI. CVSI was up like 4,000% at one point until Citron Research got a hold of it and started putting on lawsuits. So, yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen some examples of companies, and we will continue to see examples of companies that will explode in this sector. The key is to try to get into the ones that you think have the potential to be the next Amazon. And to me, I think that Aurora Cannabis, Ianthus, MedMan, Curaleaf, and Kush Bottles, those are my top 5 right now. I don't have any of them right now. I want all 5 in 2019. I'm going to buy all 5 in 2019 at some point and just hold them, because I think that all 5 of them, with their revenue growing the way they are, I could see them by 2019 being up, all of them from these prices, 100%. That's my opinion. Now, they might come down from that, but at some point in 2019, all 5 of those stocks will go up 100%. You can book it. Remember this video today. A year from now, I will show you what I said. You heard it here first. It's true.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at Cali here now. You know, I'm up on it already, eh?
What price did you get in at?
I got it in at 009. So it was just under a penny, right? 009.
What price? What price?
0098.
Okay, so it's fighting back. How much is it down today?
Well, currently it's still down 30%, but it was down as low as 50% earlier. It was down today as low as 0075. I wish I would have bought it back then. No, but I was waiting for a response, and I kept checking for a response from the Cali company, and I saw them post something at about 11 o'clock or so. I saw them post something, and I even mentioned on the group that the stock was going up based on just them posting a bit of not a rebuttal, but just a response into the assets that they hold. So it looks like the CEO is kind of confident about, you know, the assets that they hold and stuff. The only one that I think could give them an issue is the other company that's associated with them is Nuv, N-O-U-V, and that's already had. I tried to buy that stock through my U.S. trading account, and even I couldn't. You know, I could buy Cali, I could buy lots of other OTC stocks, but I wasn't allowed to buy Nuv, even on the OTC, through the OTC markets, through my trading account, I couldn't buy Nuv. And I understand that even some American companies, American people can't even buy Nuv now because they've got this skull and crossbones attached to them. And you know what? I checked that out. That was from 10 years ago. And I talked to a broker in regards to that situation, and they actually said to me to give Nuv a call and talk to them about getting their situation in order in regards to something that occurred to them 10 years ago. There was some sort of deficiency there 10 years ago, they still haven't fixed it. I don't understand it, you know, but and I don't think it's all that serious, because they told me that all they need to do is report in some fashion or something, and then it would be allowed to be traded again here in Canada. You'd be able to buy it. But as of right now, nobody can buy Nuve in Canada. If your life depended on it, you can't buy Nuve in Canada.
Yeah, I would personally, I would not touch Pura, USMJ, NOUV, or KALI due to the fact that Cali now has a caveat emptor. And for me, as soon as a company has a caveat emptor, I'm done. I'm done. I don't go near that. That is the ultimate in risk. You are a true gambler, my friend. Like I never thought you would do that. I'm shocked, actually. But hey, you know, it's your money. You're welcome to do whatever you want. I hope you win on it. But for me, as soon as I see a stop sign, I don't even like a stop sign. Okay. That's why I sold it in the first place. That's why I sold it in the first place. But then when I saw the caveat emptor, when I see the skull and bones, I'm like, yo, skull and bones. I had to drop a video. Imagine how crazy I look. I drop a video saying, hey, it's up 94%.
Imagine how crazy I am for buying it back. Never mind. But, you know, like
it's up 94%. Everybody get excited. It's celebration time. And then an hour later, everybody be careful. It's got a skull and bones. And people are like, yo, what the fuck, Rich? You just said it was great. I'm like, well, you know, I got to bring you guys the truth, right?
I got to say, who brought that to light? Was that a short seller who brought that to light?
Who brought to me that it had a skull and bones?
Well, did a short seller? Who put the skull and bones on it?
Oh, it must have been a short seller. Of course. All they got to do is contact the SEC and say, oh, man, the stock is going up like crazy. All this news. They got no financials. I'm getting squeezed. And then what happens? Boom. They put on the caveat emptor. Stock tumbles. Yeah. Short seller gets out of their trade. And then the stock goes back up. So that's exactly what's happening. That's why you are the cannabis gorilla. You know the game. You know the game that people play.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I still don't really care for this. Look, you know, I'm looking at it now, Rich. It's over the 1 penny now. Okay.
Wow. Wow. People are crazy, man. People are crazy. Like, I won't touch it.
Even me for buying it back. But, you know, hey, when I see an opportunity, and that's the way I took this whole situation was, as soon as I bought it, Rich, I bought it back when I saw them post this morning. It was dated for today, and the time was on it. It was like 11 o'clock when they posted it. And I like the fact that this guy, you know, responded back. And in regard to the assets that they hold, so, and you know, they're standing by. He listed all the assets that they hold. And did you not see it? Me post that on the group chat.
Yes.
It was fairly long. You know, like you would have had to have read it, right? It was fairly long, but I liked it. To me, it read positive. So, you know, I took a bit of a chance because, you know, although it still may have that skull and crossbones on it, but it says something about, now I don't know if they can respond. I mean, I have no idea what they can do on a Saturday, but they said something about on the 15th, which is tomorrow, was something that they were going to do with what was it? It was...
Ooh, Canopy's having a nice little surge right now.
Is it?
Canopy's having a nice little surge right now. Yeah, that's good.
And you know, that's what gets me about Canopy is like, how the hell could that stock be worth actually what it's worth? That's why I believe that Canopy will come down. You know, I have a hard time believing that company is worth that much money. But you know, the one thing they got going for them is $5 billion in the bank, right? And they can literally do whatever they want.
Well, that's the thing, right? You got $5 billion in cash with an option to get another $4 billion. Yeah. So they're gonna have like $9 billion in cash. So people are buying it in anticipation of where it will go. And yeah, maybe one day it will be worth $100, but it's definitely not worth $100 in revenue right now.
Well, either is Tilray, right?
No, of course not. Like a company that is a $100 company should be making at least $1 billion in revenue a year.
And you know, look at these assets.
Right?
Let's talk about Aurora. Let's talk about Aurora for a second. Look at these assets that they bought. You know, they bought those two massive, very expensive companies. And look at their stock now. Those two companies, their stock isn't worth nowhere near what Aurora paid for it. You know, those stocks have come down dramatically too. You know, from when Aurora had picked up those assets. So, you know, and the delusion and that they're doing to the company is not exactly favoring the shareholders, but in the long term, it could be you know, they're getting their assets through their shares. They're buying their assets through their shares, which in the long term is going to be a positive thing for them.
I mean, I think that there are so many good companies. I think the key is to put your money in great companies. Don't put your money at risk, guys. Appreciate your money. Learn to appreciate your money. People are like, I got 10 grand. What's the first penny stock I can throw it into? And I'm like, oh my God, don't do that. You know? Right?
Don't buy Cali.
No, but you get what I'm saying? It's like, I'm sure you hear it all the time. I'm like, Rich, I got 10 grand. What's the best penny stock you can give me? I'm like, why penny stock? Put it in Aurora. You know, like put it in Aurora. Put it in like T-God. Put it in Suniva.
Yeah, but that's a good point. You know, at least you give them good companies to put the money in. But you know, to buy a penny stock with that, it's extremely risky.
Yes,
you know, it is very risky, right?
Yes. Like I will never put more than 10% of my equity into a penny stock ever. So if I'm playing with 100 grand in my account, I will never put more than 10 grand into a penny stock or a couple penny stocks. That's just play money. That's just for fun. That's just for the show. But for real investing, I don't buy penny stocks. I'm buying Aurora Cannabis. I'm going to buy Cura. I'm going to buy MedMan. I'm going to buy Kush Bottles. These are the companies that I'm targeting for 2019. Now, some of you are asking me, why don't you buy it now? The reason is I'm still hunting the bottom. I don't see a bull. I don't see a bull market. So what's the rush? I don't see any rush. So in the meantime, I'm going to accumulate more revenue doing what I do, accumulate more bullets, and when I see the bottom, I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack. I'm going to be like, buy all the ones I like, get it, hold it. Just hold it, wait.
I sold a lot of my Canadian assets, and they were all good companies, but I sold them all just so I could be in cash for the resurgence, right? And so that was just my opinion. That's what I did. That's the way I played my money, is just I sold the only Canadian assets I'm holding them now, and they're not necessarily Canadian, but Canadian symbols, but they've turned into bags for me. So, you know, I'm down a lot on a couple of them, but those are the only ones that I'm actually holding because I'm kind of down on them. So I'm never going to sell for a loss. So I'm just going to wait until the resurgence, right? So
exactly.
And I'm just going to hold them. You know, they turn in bags for me, and that's the way it goes sometimes. And you just got to kind of grit and bear it. You know, you can't win them all, right? So you got to hold those bags until they turn around. But I sold mostly everything for when I want to start buying the stocks during the resurgence. So, you know, when they get to their absolute lows, I'm fishing for the bottom. When I see that, that's when I'll start accumulating them again.
That's smart. And that's what I'm doing too, because like we've been in this game for 2 years. We know there's no rush. The only time you need to rush is when the market is in a bull market, and we're not in a bull market. And globally, the markets are pretty much terrible. So, you know, so obviously the entire market is under a lot of selling pressure. So what are you going to do? You're going to rush to buy? Why? What are you rushing to buy? Are you rushing to buy what? I mean, stocks are very choppy today. You know, like Hemp Inc. is up 4%, 4.9%. Afria is up 4.6%. MMJ Matika is up 5%. OGI is up 6%. HMJR, the Horizons Emerging Marijuana Growers ETF, is at $7.64, up 6%. Radiant Technologies up 6%. Camesis CHI is up 6%. MariMed MRMD is up 7%. Hemp, which is Hempco Food and Fiber in Canada, is up 7%. Cali, the other Cali Therapeutics in Canada, is up 7%. Biome Grow, BIO.
And that's the one, you know, the Cali one that you just talked about in Canada. I own some of that, and that turned out to be a bag holder for me. So it's nice to see it's already, you know, it's making a little bit of a 7% surge from today. So that's nice. But you know, that's one of my bags, right? So
SOL Global, that's the company that is being targeted by the short sellers in the Afria deal. SOL Global.
You know that symbol? It could be like it could be just like a skull and cross. SOL, shit out of luck.
I know. It's so weird, right? Isn't that like weird and odd in so many ways?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of
But yeah, they were definitely SOL on that situation. But their stock is up a little bit today. So I mean, they haven't really. They're still trading over $1, so they haven't really been affected that much by the news either. So it's weird, you know. The market is weird. It's very volatile. There's gonna be lots of lows. There's gonna be a lot of ups, and there's gonna be a lot of downs. But at the end of the day, we love it. We gotta learn to love it. You know, I keep thinking about Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, his first big investment was Coca-Cola. Okay, and to this day, he holds his Coca-Cola. And he's worth $81 billion. He's the best investor in stocks ever, okay? Born in 1930, he's 88 years old. Now, Warren Buffett started building his wealth with Coca-Cola. Isn't it funny how it's become full circle now where Coca-Cola is in talks with Aurora? Isn't it funny how it's going full circle? And now the new Warren Buffett, Rich TV Live, and the community here, we're the new Warren Buffett, right? We're in the cannabis sector. We're in the cannabis sector, right? We're in the cannabis sector. Where is this sector going to be? Where is this sector going to be, Attila, in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? You guys sitting at home, you're going to be rich. You're going to be rich. And you're going to look back at these days and be like, man, I'm happy I bought T-God when it was down. Happy I bought Suniva when it was down. Happy I bought Aurora when it was down. Glad I didn't buy Tilray when it was up. You know, like this is the type of conversation. This is the start. This is the revolution that is going to start this industry, that's going to catapult this industry for the next 10 to 20 years. And you guys and girls that are watching all over the world are going to become the success stories in this industry. I'm just one of many that are going to become success stories in this industry because we're a part of it. So you got to decide how you want to be a part of it. Are you going to be a part of trying to hurt the industry, which a lot of these short sellers want to be that side of the game? They've picked their side, right? And then there's guys like Shitron Research. He's bipolar. Some days he doesn't like them. Some days he likes them, right? Some days he hates Afria, right? And then actually he's never hated. He loves Afria now, and he's given them a $10 price target, even though he's shorting Tilray and so many other stocks, and he's taking CVSI to court and all these other companies, Namaste. He's attacking some companies and then saying others are good. So he's a little bipolar. He's on both sides, right? He's playing both sides. He wants to play both sides.
Whatever side will make him money.
Exactly. He wants to play both sides. He wants to play both sides. I'm playing one side. I'm the guy you can count on. I'm the guy you can come to. I'm the guy that's going to give you the positive vibes for the industry. Now, Attila, I love you, Attila, because Attila will tell you straight, even though Attila loves this industry, probably more than me. He loves cannabis like a lot, the industry. He will still tell the people in our community, hey guys, don't buy yet. We haven't found the bottom. And you were correct. You were actually correct. And he was telling people, I think we're going to go below 52-week lows. And you were correct. We've seen T-God go to lower than 52-week lows. We've seen Oxley go to lower than 52-week lows. We've seen HIP go to lower than 52-week lows. We've seen InMed Pharmaceuticals go lower than 52-week lows. We've seen Harvest One go lower than 52-week lows. So there are a lot of companies that have gone lower than 52-week lows, especially the smaller price stocks.
Yeah.
The higher price stocks, the Canopy Growths, they've still been done very well. The Tilrays have done very well. The C-Webs have done very well. The Auroras have been up and down, but they're still priced high compared to the lower price stocks.
We were following a lot of the bigger companies in the beginning, right? And all those companies have matured now and have become, they've established themselves a lot more. So these ones that were coming along the way, as these ones have already, how can I explain this? These ones we were watching 2 years ago have matured a little more. And, the companies that came along the way, like Crop and Huge, that kind of joined in on this marijuana bandwagon, they didn't get to where Afria has gone and where Aurora has gone and where, all the canopy. So, those are the ones that were the start of this industry. And I just think they didn't get as far and as they started to get closer to the recreational being implemented, then these stocks started correcting, right? And we see the bigger ones still correcting, but the ones that joined in the middle of the surge, they didn't get to these $10 valuations and stuff. The highs were like $3-4, and now they're back down to, like, in some cases, like HIP's a perfect example. What was their high? I can only I could punch it up and just have a look and see where it was, but their high was, it's interesting where some of these companies.
That's one thing I would say is numbers don't lie, but people do. Numbers don't lie, but people do. And at the end of the day, when you see these companies growing, acquiring their growth, generating revenue, we know they're going to explode. When? We don't know. Only the elite know that. Only the elite have that information. I don't have that information. I ain't in there yet. Not yet. I ain't part of that game yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. I will be.
So, new strike here, I see that they were as high as $3.30. There's, new strike. So it's sitting at 40 cents now. So look how much it's come back down from its $3.30 correction. But if you look at it by percentage, all these companies have come down, right? That kind of a percentage, per se. Look where, Aurora, its high was like $15 or something, no?
Yeah, I think 16.
Okay, $16. So look at it where it's at now, right? So, it's down pretty good too, right, from where it was. And I still think it's going to go a little lower. You can expect it to go a little lower still. So, and even Suniva, Suniva was as high as $17, $18. Look at it now.
Exactly.
$3.20, right? So all of them have corrected. People don't realize, what gets me? Everyone wants instant gratification. That's not the reality, right? The hype, I mentioned before, the hype is all over. That hype is done with. You say the sector's finished, that's ridiculous. The hype part of the sector is finished. There's no more hype. Because now it's going to be, these companies are going to be based on their true valuations now. And we've discussed this several times before. People just don't get it. They expect this instant gratification. They want to become millionaires in 6 months. That's not the reality, right? So hopefully these haters that want to get rich quick and make, that are, say the industry's over and done with, no, it's just really starting. It's just that we all bought in at the hype, right? And that's why there's so many people with holding bags and stuff. So, we bought at the hype.
Accumulation nation, man, is what I've been saying since the beginning, man. This is not the stocks to buy and sell. This is the stocks to accumulate, buy low, and then when you see profits, sell. This is not like a flip game. For me, this is not the flip game. This is more buy low, wait for an explosion, sell. If they go down, I'm going to buy more. Lower my costs, wait for my time. Because they all going to have little sneak attacks. And they're all going to happen when you least expect it. When you least expect it on a Friday at like 11:30, when you're not paying attention, the stock that you just sold is going to explode 100%. And then you're going to shoot yourself and be like, oh my God, I can't believe. Not really shoot yourself, but like shoot yourself in the foot. Kind of like, it's an expression, people. It's an expression. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe. Like I was saying that yesterday about Cali. I bought Cali. I bought 700. I know you had 1 million shares. So I know that was hurting you. I had 750,000 shares at 3.8. I think I paid like $3,000 for it. And then it went to 1.5 cents. And I'm sitting there thinking, holy shit, I had 10 grand and I only paid $3,000. That would have been a nice Christmas present, a nice 7 grand profit. But I sold a month earlier for like $1,000 profit or something. I can't remember what I made, $2,000 or something, which was still good. I was happy, but you know, I could have made 7, you know? So that's the markets though, right? You got to learn to just be happy with winning, man. You got to learn to be happy with winning.
Well, you know what, Rich? I mean, you know, we see where some of these stocks go. It's lucky to see a stock do a nice 30% surge in a day. And to tell you the truth, I don't wait for that 30% in a lot of cases. I take 20. I'll take 10. You know, I'll take 10. I'll start thinking about taking 10%.
Yeah, you know me. I'll take anything 10% or more. That's the rich system. Buy in the red, sell in the green. As soon as you see 10% or more, just take it.
And, you know, I just held on to Cali because I just felt it was, you know, I like the companies that they were associated with and what they're striving to do. You know, I don't know how this caveat emptor is going to affect them. I think that they may be the one company that may be able to dig themselves out of this situation and have that skull and crossbones removed. We'll see. That only time will tell. But, you know, so far, even with the caveat, this CR, you know, designation against them, it hasn't stopped the stock from being traded, right? So it's still trading, and you know, I'm gonna, frankly, to tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you what I did this morning when I bought back in. But as soon as I saw them post that news about Cali, I wanted to get back in. Rich, I put in a limit order. And I chased the damn thing up because it looked like it wasn't going to stop. So I actually placed a limit order to catch it so that I could actually get in. So I changed my order like 3 times before it finally got accepted because it was running up so quickly. I kept readjusting my order and I finally caught it. But it came up from 775 or something, 0075, and now it's over 1 penny now. So, you know, it's come back a little from today. So
nice.
That little posting from the CEO helped the stock. You know, it gave the shareholders a little bit of positive attitude towards the stock, right? And that's why it's not, you know, dramatically falling any further now. So. We're waiting for I don't know what's going to come out of this thing. I got my fingers crossed because, like you said, you were surprised I bought back in, and I actually surprised myself for wanting to get back in. But I just felt that this company just might do some really good stuff here in the future, and I think these deficiencies that they're claiming that they put this out. You know, I don't know how terrible these deficiencies are to put a skull and crossbones on them. We don't even know what these deficiencies are yet. So, and it could be not as terrible as people are thinking. You know, people see skull and crossbones and they automatically freak out and panic. And yeah,
as they should. It's a skull and crossbones. It's like what? Like it's as bad as it gets. It's skull and crossbones. So I'm just reading some of the questions here. So I want to explain to you guys how big this farm bill is, okay? So last year, America collectively generated like 800 million in hemp, okay? This farm bill is an $867 billion bill. Just put that into perspective.
Is that not mind-boggling? If that doesn't get people's attention, I don't know what does, right? Like, you know, what does it take?
From 800 million to $867 billion bill.
Yeah.
Like, what? I say, pardon? 867 billion?
Industry's finished. We're finished.
Industry's over. Industry's over. It hasn't even started, man. So you need your boy Rich to tell you guys the truth, man. Because I ain't listening to that noise, man. Those guys don't know shit. They don't know the difference between shit and chocolate mousse. They'd be eating shit. They'd be thinking it's chocolate mousse.
Well, you know what? When you've eaten shit most of your life, you get used to the flavor.
Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. When I see that bill, and you know, your boy was bringing you the videos first, of course, because that's what I do. So I bring you guys that news, $867 bill? $867 billion bill? I got a fucking heart on. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of fucking money, man. $867 billion flowing into this industry when Mr. President puts that signature on the bill? Shit.
I told you, like, institutional investors are just lining up on the starting line. And they're all fucking gonna push each other out of the way when Trump puts his fucking signature on that bill.
All the way up.
It's gonna be people charging in on this industry.
It's crazy. And then, so that's hemp. What's gonna happen when they legalize cannabis in America?
I know.
Then you're gonna see MedMan, Pura. They're gonna fucking explode. Kush bottles. So I want to get in them now before it legalizes, so that when it does, those stocks are gonna go to like $20, and right now they're at like $3, $4, $5. That's how we get rich, guys. Don't kid yourselves. Don't listen to the BS. Don't listen to the noise. Listen to your boy. I've been doing this for 2 years. Attila's been doing this for 2 years. We've been watching the markets every single day for 2 years. You think we haven't seen Aurora go from $1 to $15? We've seen that with our own eyes. You think we haven't seen Canopy go from $1 all the way to 70 plus? We've seen that. Aurora went from $6 to $70 this year. This year. Now they're back to 30. Is it up? It's still up 500% in 1 year. Still up 500%. So that's why we're like, oh, are you buying Aurora? Are you buying Canopy? Are you buying Tilray? Hell no. Why? Because I bought them lower, sold them higher, and I'm waiting for them to go lower. Well, how much lower can they go? I don't know. Look at the chart. They're still way up. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin went to 20,000. They said, how low can it go? It's back to 3,000. My answer is always right back to where it started. That's the way charts are. How low can it go? It can go back to where it started. I mean, that's what I've seen charts do my whole life. I hope it doesn't happen,
and this is,
but it could.
And I mentioned earlier too, like, you know, I mentioned in the group chat that, and I was very specific when I said, forget those 52-week highs, forget the 52-week lows even, because that was all done on hype. That was all because of just hype alone. So now, you know, we've seen some of these stocks already go below the 52-week low. So, you know, this was no mistake when I said that, right? And we've already seen it happen. So, and, you know, it's a possibility some will go below their 52-week lows because they were established. Those were established at the height of the hype, right? So this is why I don't even believe in these established 52-week lows from when they started, you know, trading, because we may see them go a little lower than their established 52-week lows. So, and we've seen it happen already.
Yeah, I mean, it's the industry.
We want them at their lows, right?
Of course.
That's what we ultimately want. We want them at their very lows. So, you know.
If we all work together and we use our eyes and ears and we work together in all these communities and all these chat rooms and we all just find the bottoms together, we all win together. That's what this is about. That's what this revolution is about. That's what this entire thing is about. It's about you at home having the laptop lifestyle, being able to have more freedom with your kids, more freedom with your family, more freedom to just do whatever you want, more freedom to travel, more money, whatever you want. That's what this is about. And I'm going to keep working my ass off. And guys like Attila are going to keep working their ass off to get where we got to go, to help you get where you got to go. And one day, we're going to be public. We will be public. And my shareholders and you, the members of the community, you're going to get shares. And the key members of the Rich TV Live team, people like Attila, he's going to get shares. It's true. People that are within the Rich TV Live community, people like Kenny and people like Amanda and people like Nika and people like Il Kid. And if I don't mention you, it doesn't mean that you won't get shares. I'm just trying to give you guys examples of people that collaborate with me. They're going to get a piece of the company, man. So do you honestly think if High Times is a media company and they're public, that we, a growing company, can't become a media company that goes public? Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
You know, I got to give my shout out to Little Kid, man. Like, you know, he supports Rich TV Live, and you know, he goes over and above, you know, when it comes to supporting Rich TV Live and getting involved in that group. So a shout out to Little Kid, man. You're awesome, dude.
And you know, Il Kid is my boy. Like, we go out, we just went out with his boy a couple days ago. He's a CFL player. We're all just hanging out. We're talking about collaborations, things we can do to help him build his brand, help Rich TV Live and us build our brand. This is all about just winning, you know, people helping people, win-win situations, so that it's not like I'm the only person benefiting. We all benefit. And that's really what is going to change the world. And that's really what's going to change what we do and how investors do investing and how people look at stocks. Because to this day, 88% of the investors that are watching Rich TV Live are still men. I got Amanda on our show. I got Nika on our show. The amount of people watching, there's even more men watching now.
Yeah. Well, we got Mary Garcia. She's on the chat group regularly.
No, but I mean, like, I've done videos with Amanda and Nika, right?
You know, I know.
And I'm thinking I'm gonna get more ladies watching Rich TV Live because I got ladies on the show that are buying stocks, right?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
More guys are watching now because they're attractive ladies. So now we got even more guys watching, which is fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But we need more ladies to be trading.
And
Come on, ladies.
Both smart, intelligent ladies, attractive ladies. How can you not like them, right?
Oh, yeah, they're amazing. And all of the videos we've done have done really well because they know what they're talking about. So it's exciting that we are part of something right in the beginning, and we're going to be able to watch this entire industry grow. And we're going to be able to grow with the industry and be able to bring you guys real cutting edge news, products. Like, I'm going to be bringing you guys products to show you guys soon. I'm just waiting for things to get legal in America to start showing you guys products, because I got all these LPs that we're working with and they've got product and they want me to feature them on our show. But I'm just worried about the show getting flagged, right? So this is my concern. So, you know, baby steps, and eventually this thing will be legal, and like, we're going to have our own show on TV. And we'll be a nationally syndicated show. Just a matter of time till that happens. Trust me.
Sorry, Rich. When you mentioned Coca-Cola earlier, I can only suggest that the reason Coke is staying quiet and the reason Aurora is, we've already heard Aurora come out and say they actually got their wrists slapped for talking about, you know, having this in talks with Coca-Cola, because the Security Exchange Commission looked at that as like pumping the stock somewhat, right, by mentioning that, because, you know, people get excited when they hear a global company like Coca-Cola getting involved in the marijuana industry. And, you know, I can understand why, you know, Coke no longer wants to even discuss whether, and even Aurora, the last interview, they don't even want to talk about when the Coca-Cola was mentioned. They don't even want to even respond to any comment regarding Coca-Cola. And one of the reasons why, Rich, is because when this hemp thing, because they're involved in the seed, they're going to create a drink with CBD, and federally, they don't want to put themselves in a position with the federal government until it's actually legal, till Trump signs that piece of paper. And it's no wonder that they don't want to be associated with a a marijuana company yet because of the federal laws down in the States. So that's why the hush-hush, right? That's why they're staying quiet. Until, Trump puts his, I'm almost going to predict that, we're going to hear about some sort of deal with Coca-Cola once Trump signs that document.
Yeah, I mean, that's great point. I mean, that would be great. That would be the perfect catalyst. Can you imagine? Sign the document. We now have an $867 billion booming industry to profit from. And Coca-Cola just signed a deal with Aurora Cannabis. Rocket fuel time.
Yeah. And, being a global company, you can bet that Coca-Cola is not going to sacrifice their shares or their company getting involved in the marijuana industry until it's totally legal for them to do so. So,
yeah,
it makes sense to me. It makes sense, buddy.
Yeah, you know what? I hope it happens. It makes sense to me too. I'm not the one that makes those decisions, unfortunately. But what we can do is we can say bye to everybody because I think we've been live for an hour and a half. So wow. I think we got to let the people go, man. Sorry, guys. Right. Attila, man, like usual, man. I love you, man. You are a scholar, my friend. Hey, guys, if you want to be a part of the Rich TV Live community, email me at richtvlive@gmail.com. We can join you into our WhatsApp group. You can join our Amino group. We've got a social media group where we talk about stocks 24/7, and there's about just under 500 members there. And we have a WhatsApp group where we talk stocks that's about 250 members. And then we have Facebook groups, multiple Facebook groups, and LinkedIn groups with hundreds of members in them as well. So we're just growing everywhere. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for all of your support. I love this cannabis sector. Green Growth Brands had huge news today. Look at them, watch them. Take a look at Naturally Splendid, a hemp company that I think is going to do very well. Also, take a look at Hempco Food and Fiber. Symbol is hemp in Canada. They're up today. I think they're going to do very well. Two hemp companies that I think have a great future. If you want to look at CBD companies in America, I still think that CWeb and TrueLeaf are the two biggest and the baddest CBD companies in America. But I believe that for long-term winners, I believe MedMan, Curaleaf, and Kush bottles are going to be beasts here in Canada right now. Two that I'm really looking at, Aurora Cannabis, Ianthus. I love them both. And yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're not winning, you're not watching. This is your boy Rich with Attila, the medical marijuana gorilla, and we're out. Peace.
All right, all you Rich TV followers, love you all. Peace out.
Thank you, Attila, man. Have a great day, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Peace. I'm not going to leave yet, guys. I'm going to have to give you guys a song before I go. Because I like music. Let's just pick a track for you guys. What do you guys want to hear? What do you guys want to hear? Let's see here. What track would you guys like to hear? How about, let's do this. We'll leave on this one. Brothers, my sisters, go on and light it up. Go on and take it to the head when the times are tough. I know we buying in the red, that's the sign of blood. Don't panic, we gotta manage the time. I'm building a tape to you now. I swear they nuts, I call them salty haters. Big pharma trying to get him for a piece of it because they know the medication won't believe in it. I'm so happy it's over, all the prohibition. All right, guys, let's have fun. I'm out. There's no way to stop it because we on a mission. Teach the people they spread their lies, it's a contradiction. You want to make money, invest in the top cannabis stocks. Invest in the United States that are revenue generating. Invest in the best because the best is blessed. This is your boy Rich. Winning, watching. This is